Angel Di Maria might as well be called Angel Di Maria, because he helped save both Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy. A player who was often criticized for being inconsistent throughout a league campaign, criticized for his lack of strength, his lanky framework, the fact that he was so left foot dominant and refused to use his right foot. Yet when the lights were the brightest, Di Maria would shine the most. His catalog of goals and performances in big games is spectacular, and what he was able to achieve for both the Argentinian national team and for Real Madrid deserves to be analyzed. Di Maria's first big contribution in a major final for the Argentina national team was in the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing. The U23 Argentina national team was playing against the U23 Nigerian national team in the Olympic finals, and they ended up winning 1-0 off the back of an Angel Di Maria goal. An iconic chip that was awfully similar to the goal that he would score later on in the Copa America final. A stellar performance from Di Maria, giving that core group of Argentinian players a gold medal, and more importantly, giving Lionel Messi his first major championship for the Argentina national team. We then move over to Di Maria's goal in the 2021 Copa America final, arguably the most important goal in enhancing Messi's legacy on the international stage. Going into that game, the Argentina national team was used to losing multiple finals. They had come so close, yet so far for both the World Cup in 2014 and the consecutive Copa Americas that followed afterward. The immense pressure that was on the shoulders of both Messi and that group of the Argentina national team players, it was ridiculous. And yet Di Maria showed up, scoring a very similar chip exactly to the one that he scored in the Olympic final, scoring against Brazil at the Maracanã to give Argentina their actual first major championship and finally winning an accolade after years of torment and criticism that they could never cross the finish line despite having the greatest player of all time. Di Maria showed up and his goal was once again the only goal in the final, the game winner. A tightly contested game between Argentina and Brazil, who have such a historic rivalry that the games often turn more into wrestling matches than a football match. But Di Maria did it. In a game where there was Messi on the pitch and Neymar, it was Di Maria that scored the critical goal that gave Argentina all the jubilation in the world. Whether you want to count the 2022 Finalissima as a major trophy or not, it doesn't matter to me. I feel like it is. I mean, it's the winner of the Copa America versus the champions of Europe. It is a game where there is a title on the line. But regardless, it was yet another final that Di Maria showed up. It's like he can sense it. When there's a game that there's something on the line, he just shows out. Now, unlike the previous two finals where he scored the only goal in the winner, the Finalissima final was much more lopsided, with Argentina dominating Italy, beating them 3-0. But yes, one of those three goals was Angel Di Maria showing up again in another game where the lights were incredibly bright and there was something on the line. Then we get to the World Cup final. All the previous finals combined were arguably not as big as the World Cup. The Copa America final was huge. It was pivotal. It was a time where it seemed like they could never beat the expectations and never get to the finish line. But now that they had gotten that monkey off their back, the World Cup was the pinnacle, the most prestigious trophy in world football, a tournament that has held only 4 years. And this was even more special because Di Maria was injured for the last one in 2014 when Argentina lost to Germany. He was unable to be in that match. And as we've seen how well he plays in finals, it was definitely a factor that could have helped Argentina get to that illustrious World Cup trophy. But he was here now, and of course, he scores. The second goal, doubling their lead in a game where Argentina was all over France in the first half. Now, the game ended up switching from Argentina being comfortably up 2-0 to an absolute nail-biting penalty shootout. But at the end of the day, Di Maria showed up again. An incredible goal that came from beautiful build-up from the Argentina national team, building it out from the back and creating that opportunity. And Di Maria put it in from that tight angle. But again, it should be no surprise to anyone. A high-stake game, the highest-stake game ever, with the entire world watching. Can't get lights any brighter. And once again, Di Maria showed out. An incredible goal from him. Angel Di Maria didn't just enhance Messi's legacy and help the Argentina national team. He also greatly helped Real Madrid and enhancing Ronaldo's legacy by being so pivotal in them winning La Decima. Real Madrid was hungry for La Decima like nothing we'd ever seen before. They were so desperate for that 10th European title that they spent so much money. I mean, looking at the 2009 transfer window, they bought Ronaldo, Benzema, Kaká. They broke record fees. And then even a year before this, they went and bought Gareth Bale. And yet, they had come so close, but never close enough, losing in the semifinals to Bayern Munich in a heartbreaking penalty shootout. But Angel Di Maria ended up putting a man-of-the-match performance in that 2014 Champions League final against Atletico Madrid, and he was brilliant throughout the entire Champions League campaign that year. He went on this great maze-like run where he beat multiple Atletico Madrid defenders, setting up Gareth Bale's header that ended up giving Real Madrid the lead in extra time and eventually the win. He was so fantastic in that central midfield role for Ancelotti, and in a match that had Bale, that had Cristiano Ronaldo, Di Maria was the best player on the pitch.